So 22nd September 2023, and we are reading the magic book, Being You, Changing the World. And you know, I was reading Piche Ka portion, if you haven't read. Have you read, both of you?
पीछे का मतलब?
Okay, anyway, which we were supposed to read some, na?
50, yeah, 50 pages. Yes.
So there are some things that I just wanted to, for people who haven't read it or didn't get time to read it, I just wanted to, before that, let's destroy and uncreate all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, the DJCCs, the PES juniors that we come here with, and start afresh, lower our barriers, and everything that doesn't allow that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, honor, shorts, boys, pervades, and beyonds. Hi, Nippy. So,
Hi, you're looking very nice, Kamal. And
thank you.
the jewelry, the plant in the background, the color of the curtain, everything.
Every day. Yeah, thank you so much. We left it here at small notes to readers. So one thing he's talking about is, how do you know that you know? I mean, how do you start trusting yourself? So he said he saw lots of cases that happened, and that that's how we change our realities, right? We see something happening again and again, and then we get convinced that, oh, this works. So that's why he said it worked. The second, he was talking about the death, which I really wanted to share. If death is just a choice, maybe so is living. I saw this, and I'm really convinced, I could say, at this point of time. Maybe it is a different story after a while, but at this point of time, that everything that is there is we created, even death. How many people have you seen who did not get COVID? And what was their point of view? I'm sure you've had so many places in your life. Even he relates it. Please read it if you haven't read it. Hi, Zora. Good morning. And you relate. You will.
Good morning, Kamal.
Thank you. You will relate to it that you have a choice always. The moment COVID came, everybody said, oh, we are going to get it. The moment you're about to do anything and it is contracted and it's like impossible in your world, you will create the impossible rather than create the possible. I have many of my people who have book with me know that I say I decide, not from the I don't know what the energy is, from I know it all, or from the knowing within that I will decide when I have to go. We all know it. Where we buy into that we don't know it. So if you read that, it's amazing how he saved himself from the horse. He fell, and horse would have fallen on him, but he was like, no, this is not happening. How many times in your life you have said this is not happening and you created a change in your life? So please trust your knowing. And the third thing was, which was very interesting, about abuse. And he said we kept on, and I was angry also with Gary, and he couldn't find out why I was abused. And because we were all the time functioning from that it is a wrongness. The moment they shifted, the moment there was another question, what was right about this that we are not getting? The clarity started coming. It's really amazing. This changed my life when I came to Access. Oh my God, really? The abuse, is that what we choose? it went over my head for years, I think, before I really recognized that that's it. Took so many classes, abused old classes, and read so much that I really became to, that knowing within that, yes, everything is a choice. And what are we choosing? So this is what I wanted to just tell you. It's really amazing. If you have missed it, please, please, please read it. It's
I know even the questions, na Kamal, on this thing, abuse wala. I
yeah.
think page 196, I had folded it. I mean, you could start with really simple questions if you have experienced abuse, like what lies am I buying into this and that are sticking to me? And what do I know what occurred that I've been pretending to know or deny that what I know? And all these questions, very simple but good tools. Very good.
I thought I will read them to everybody, and thank you, Dimple, for reminding for reading them. Really, it's amazing. Read them, and please, every word is a gem, guys. So, good morning. We are here at page 212, being undefined. How many of you have you been defining yourself for lifetime after lifetime? What if you were undefined? And what would be possible if you were all undefined? Like I said yesterday,
Morning.
you should be the easiest thing to be, right? And every way we are not choosing to be who we truly be, would you be willing to destroy and unpaid it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pod, online shots, boys, provides, and beyond. Okay, so let's read. Note to the reader. How you be, my friend? Where are my specs, my friend? Are you a bit uncomfortable? Cool. You are in the right place.
कमल कौन चैप्टर है ये अब हम शुरू करेंगे इसके बाद
We were going to start from chapter 10.
सॉरी
We said we were going to start from chapter 10, and we said we are on 212 page.
ओके थैंक यू
Undefined. Okay, cool. You are at the right place. Being uncomfortable is actually an awareness that changes it underfoot. It's the way you know that the change and difference that you're being asking for is actually being created. What if that uncomfortableness was one of the greatest rightness? It lets you know you are headed in the direction of a difference you were asking for. Everything you and your body, everything you and anybody else in the world around you has done to make you believe that being uncomfortable is wrong, and that you are wrong, will you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online shots, boys, provads, and beyonds. In other words, it's when something that is totally different than what was your reality before is coming into existence, that you feel that amazing discomfort. I'll read this again. In other words, it's when something that is totally different than what was your reality before is coming into existence, that you feel that amazing discomfort, because it doesn't come from a same place. It doesn't have any of the same parameters. You don't recognize it and you can't find it. Isn't that beautiful? And we would call it wrong for what reason? So you assume something must be wrong. And that's actually the new thing showing up. And that's actually the thing that you were asked for. My friends, would you be willing to ask this question every time something is uncomfortable? Is this actually the difference that I have been asking for, showing up in totally different way that I thought it was going to? Would you be willing to be grateful for that? Just for the next 10 seconds? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now breathe. He's amazing. Chapter 10. Are you ready to be undefined and magical? Let's walk in the forest again. No, let's ride through. Why do the same thing twice? It is fall now. The air is crisp and chilly, and the last rays of afternoon sun are searching for a place to sleep. The carpet of leaf is thick and soft and red and orange and yellow. A warm velvet body is moving with you. Under the naked branches of the dark trees, the dance of hooves is running through your body like the current of living. You are the horse is you. You are the space the horse be, the space the forest be, the space you be. You have no name, you have no past, and you have no definition. In these 10 seconds, you have no idea of who you are or where you are heading. You don't know what it will look like further down the road. And you have stopped trying to figure it out. That's the beauty. Perceive the magic of that. Just for the free moments, riding free. This is the space of being undefined. It is infinite possibility. Can I make you, Angela, can I make you the host, please?
I am in the system. Someone please ask it to me.
Or anybody else I can make the host? No? Okay, never mind.
You can make me. I'll try, Kamal. Haven't done it too. I'll try.
Try means you won't do it.
नहीं मतलब मुझे पता नहीं ये दिखता है मुझसे क्या ऊपर आ जाता है वो मैंने कभी इस पे करा ही नहीं है कुछ
बना दो मुझे बना दे आई मैनेज
मैंने किसको बना दिया? I don't know.
मेरे को आई मैनेज
All right. Okay. Thank you. Perceive the magic of that. Just for a few moments. Riding free. This is the space of being undefined. It is infinite possibilities. It is not often chosen in this reality. And therefore, it's one of the most uncomfortable space you can be. It is the space I invite you to explore. Come with me. Let's play the game of getting lost and found. Many times I have heard people say, I feel great when I am in a class. Everything is light, ease, joy, and possibility. Then I go home and a couple of weeks down the line, it all contracts. I get squeezed back into that box again. And I ask, do you get squeezed or do you squeeze yourself back in there? Truth, more often than that, they laugh from recognition. Again, it is just a choice, your choice. You squeeze yourself back into the box. Do you recognize this? You have this moment of something completely different in nature, in class, in lovemaking, in meditation. This moment of being total space, being undefined, unlimited, and then you seem to lose it. What happened? Letting go of the safety net. You have been taught to always have a point of view about you. That is your safety and security net. What to accept, what to reject, whom to judge, how to judge you. It is all conclusions and judgments. If you're going to change something in your life, then what is required is that you undo all the conclusions in that area that are defining you. When you do that, you have no idea what is going on. You have no clue. And it is really disconcerting. How does it get any better than that? Have you ever been there at a point where you have no idea who you are? And did you automatically think it's a bad thing? What if being undefined was the greatest possibility there is? When you have no idea who you are, then you have to choose to create you. When you have no idea who you are, then you have to choose to create you and your reality. You can generate anything from this space, since nothing defines you. Undefined, you are pure magic, my friend. It just feels really weird. Truth, who am I? Sometimes you get to this place of undefined definition, and you could literally sit on the couch and watch TV all day long just because. What happened in that motivation starts to go away. And most of the world uses motivation as a driving force for everything they choose. The motivation of not enough money, the motivation of not feeling good about their bodies or themselves, the motivation of feeling lonely, the motivation of fitting in, of winning, of not losing. When motivation goes away, a lot of what creates pain also goes away. And then you are suddenly asking, well, who am I then? What do I do here? What is going on? This is where we squeeze ourselves back into the box, turn our horse, and slowly trot away from the forest of difference and possibility and back to the stable of the normal, average, real of this reality. Back to that stale, old, comfortable place, though our being would rather run free. We literally create this new space we are becoming by defining and limiting ourselves again. And we have the most impressive and clever strategies for doing so. Let's look at some of them. Recreate crap. One of the most common, interesting, and completely insane strategies we use is to recreate the traumatic and dramatic place we used to function from. The crap is familiar. In the crap, we know who we are. Clever choice. It is like we all have our own repetitive patterns that we use to keep ourselves defined and limited. मैं तो ऐसे ही करती हूँ, मैं तो ऐसी ही हूँ, मैं तो यही पहनती हूँ, मैं तो कभी नहीं कर सकती. Everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, corona, shots, boys, POVADs, and beyond. Do you know exactly what you personally go back to in order to return to the reference points of the defined you? Do you know exactly what you personally go back to in order to return to the reference points of the defined you? Wow, does it feel good to hate myself this much? I know this. Wow, does it feel good to lose myself in relationship again? I know this. Wow, does it feel good to be angry that my girlfriend is flirting with someone else? I know this. Wow, does it feel good to feel like I have no money yet again and that I am struggling against the world yet again? I know this. Sometimes you are so brilliant that you go back and recreate exactly what you just got out of, for the very reason that if you can get out of it again, then you really got out of it. I had some incident yesterday, not very proud of it, but I'm glad I'm not making me wrong. Wow, how does it get any better than, even more clever than that? You recreate it to prove that you can get out of it, or you make sure that you are worthy of the new space by recreating the limitation and showing your potency in uncreating it again. When you get yourself out of it the second time, you go back and create it the third time. How insane, huh? So how many times do you have to create the crap and definitions before you actually allow yourself to have the freedom that you truly be? So how many times do you have to recreate the crap and definitions before you actually allow yourself to have the freedom that you truly be? 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, unlimited. Are you following me? Would you be willing to let that go now, please? If so, will you destroy and uncreate all of that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, honor, short, boys, POVADs, and beyond. Relationship, money, or health. Are you one of those people who, when you don't know who you are, create a relationship to find out who you are or are not? Or maybe for you, it is money problem. You know who you are when you have money problem? You've been there, done that. You are an expert on that particular definition. Or health problems, maybe. Whenever things start going really well, you find some way to create. Oh yeah, my body is falling apart again. Or are you one of those people that is afraid that you will get bored? Do you really hate not being amused? Have you decided boredom would be the worst punishment you could ever suffer? So rather than having everything show up with total ease all the time, you create the stupidity of not being aware. Rather than having everything show up with total ease all the time. Isn't that what we've been asking for always? What if we stop that right away, right now? You create the stupidity of not being aware. If you had everything showing up with ease and there were no trauma drama, how bored would you be? And what would you have to work on? Your point of view is that if you had the ease, joy, and glory of living, you would be bored. You would want to die. Or maybe you have bought the lie that if you finally got everything handled, then you would just die because there would be nothing else to do. With that point of view, no wonder you would want to turn around and trot back to the stage of stable of average, real, and normal. So are you willing to destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, shots, boys, pervades, and beyonds. Thank you. And explore what really is possible for you. Defined equals defined receiving. You are more used to being defined and limited. When you are defined, you know what you have to fight. You know what you are willing to receive and what you are willing to refuse. You know your pattern of wrongness. It is so clever. Why would you choose to be as explosively brilliant and amazing as you truly be? Why would you choose to be undefined in any way so that no one and nothing would ever own you again? Why? I say, why not? Or would you, even if you would be totally alone? If you choose to be undefined, no one else may have the same point of view as you. They may not even be able to find you, let alone the ball mark where you are playing or the universe in which you are living. This is another way of being big thing that is going on for all of us. We are not willing to risk being all alone. In this reality, being alone is the wrongness, so ugly, we don't even want to look at. Instead, when you get to the place where we start to occupy too much space, we try to bring ourselves down to the level that is acceptable to other people. We define and limit ourselves to find commonality with everyone else. How much of that is what you have been doing to validate other people's realities? That you are exactly the person that you have proven to them over and over again that you are, that you never were, but that you defined that you are, that they decided you are, that they decided you must be, that you defined you must be, that you never have been, but have been trying to be, and don't want to know any different, because that would give you no reference points for being. Interesting. It would be really bad if you read that again. Let's read it again. How much of that is what you have been doing to validate other people's realities? That you are exactly the person that you have proven to them over and over again that you are, that you never were, but that you decided that you are, that they decided you are, that they decided you must be, that you decided you must be, that you never have been, but have been trying to be, and don't want to know any different, because that would give you no reference point for being. It would be really bad if you read that again, and even worse if you actually understood it. Everything that is, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, honor, shots, boys, pervades, and beyonds. Now, the funny part is that when you're willing to finally take the plunge and be all alone, if that's what it takes to have everything you are, more people will want to be around you. You won't be able to get rid of them. You will be so different that they will be attracted to you like moth to a flame. Think Oprah. Don't go too far right, or too far left. In order to make your past right, you believe you have to invalidate this new space you are becoming that is different than the past. This space that is going beyond anything you ever thought you could become. But to make your past right and to validate everyone else's reality, you must make yourself small. The only way you can maintain your definition of who you are is if you don't change too much. Only if you don't go too far left or too far right or too far forward are you able to maintain your definition of you. And that everything is okay, normal, average, and real. If you go too far in all direction and expand too much, which is the worst of all the things you could do in this reality, and the greatest of all things you could do for creating your own reality. It gets so uncomfortable that you will do anything you can to go back to the reference points that you know about who you are, rather than saying enough. Okay, I may feel like I am totally alone. Okay, maybe nobody will have the same point of view as I have. But I am not rolling over anymore. If you don't like me anymore, that is fine. I will love you, care for you, and do anything to facilitate you. And if you don't like me, that is your problem. Look, this is a beautiful road down there. I'm riding there. You can come with me, or ride beside me, or behind me. Just don't get in my way. Notice the difference? Was that light when I was reading it, guys? Notice the difference.
Instead of what I felt is like, instead of getting caught in whether you would like to resist or whether you would just have to make yourself small in order to be with someone, I found it in this context that you'd like to come with me or ride beside me, behind me, just don't get in my way. You're being polite, at the same time, you're making yourself very, very clear.
Yeah, bilkul. Notice the difference. You are present in your life. Are you willing to make that demand? If you do, is it lighter? Everything that doesn't allow that, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, awkward, on my short, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Following the road of lightness. This is really how you know you are getting closer to the things that are true for you. You start to get lighter. When I say that the truth always makes you feel lighter and the lie makes you feel heavier, it's not just about what people say or do. It is actually when you start going down the path of what's actually true for you, you get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. However, that pretty much directly however, that pretty much directly contrasts with everything that everyone here tells you is supposed to make you happy. Everything everyone tells you is the way that life can be here. Sometimes it is like standing on the edge of the cliff, choosing whether to jump or not. This reality is a trap that most of us get stuck in. It's kind of like quicksand. It is okay when you just walk on it. But if you stand in it for any amount of time, before you know it, you'll be buried in it. And you are asking, how did I get buried? But now you have the awareness that there is something else, something that feels lighter. And when everyone else goes into the heaviness and the drama of it, you can step away from. And when everyone goes into the heaviness and the drama of it, you can step away from it. You can ask, hey, is this actually real? Oh no, okay, cool. I can step away. The key part is this: you can step away from it. You have another choice. then at some point you'll say, I just am going to choose it. Who cares whether it's real or not? It's not real for me. Note to the reader. So here you are, becoming undefined. Truth, what would you like to choose now? Is it time to generate your life, your living from this unlimited, undefined space? Just enjoy it. Enjoy how very, very uncomfortable it is, how very, very undefined and magical. And what if it could be comfortable just as easy as uncomfortable? What if you could let what you think is uncomfortable nurture you and grow you? Truth, my friend, what else is possible? And how does it get any better than this? Tool, would an infinite being choose this? What if you truly are an infinite being? What if you are limitless and unstoppable? What if you don't have to function solely from thoughts, feelings, and emotions? You have choice. Yes, my dear, you can choose to squeeze yourself into the box called this reality, or you can function from question, choice, and possibility. You can choose to be vast as the universe and vaster. This is the question that is always relevant. Would an infinite being truly choose this? If not, why would I? Why would you? Part 2. Wow. Changing the world. Please know I don't desire you to buy my point of view. Ever. I know I sound like I do sometimes. And truly I don't. What I would like is for you to be aware of what your point of view is. I'd like you to be aware of what is true for you, whatever that is. Beautiful you. I know part 1 of this book may have been weird and possibly wonderful to some of you. Before you read part 2 of this book, or have a meeting, a date, or go to work, really, anytime you happen to wake up on a given day, try this. Everything I have projected or expected this to be, all the judgments, projections, separations, expectations, and rejections about what this is going to be, let's uncreate and destroy all of that, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, backward, honor, short, boys, bogads, and beyonds. Thank you. Feel that energy, light. And again, please say this out loud. Everything is the opposite of what appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what appears to be. And everything is the opposite of what appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what appears to be. And everything is the opposite of what appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what appears to be. And everything is the opposite of what appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what appears to be. Chapter 11. Ready to get rid of the autumn? Oh, we are doing good. ready to get rid of the autopilot? It may seem like it takes so much energy to be present. Initially, it does. That's because it's something you haven't done for a very, very long time. Have you noticed that you have lived most of your life on autopilot checkout? Here's how it works. When you arrived here, you didn't understand this reality. So you created a mind to give you all the answers of how you could fit in here and be like everyone else. Your mind is always fighting to defend the rightness of this reality, which totally excludes presence, and being totally excludes the difference that your reality is. Say what? Your reality is different? I know, it makes no sense. But doesn't it make you feel at least a little bit lighter? That's the reason you so often feel like you're putting your energy into something that isn't working. Are you aware that this reality is about homogenization? I am not talking about warming your milk, which would be pasteurization anyway. But shh, I'm talking about making you normal, average, real, and same as everyone else. That, my friend, means not being present as you. That is the autopilot. So in the beginning, it may seem like it takes a lot of energy to be present. You are fighting your own awareness because you know You have to do something about everything that you now perceive. Then there's a point. If you are actually willing to be present, that instead of taking energy from you, you actually have a lot more energy and life available when you turn the automatic off. How many of you would like to turn the automatic off? Do it now, if that is what you want. A lot more. You need less sleep. You eat less. You simply don't require it. It's actually the case of everything is the opposite of what appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what appears to be in motion. Now try figuring that out with your mind. So everywhere you've decided that being present would take a lot of energy, will you uncreate and destroy it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, on short, boys, pervads, and beyonds. Thank you. Being the intensity of you. When you change, your vibration changes as well. The intensity of living gets greater. It is new for you. It is the unknown. In an effort to get away from that intensity, you may start eating too much, or you will call your mother, or get another relationship, or go and have sex with somebody, or whatever it is for you that you hide behind, or amuse yourself with to avoid the intensity you are becoming. You have to be willing to have the intensity if you are going to have a change, have the change for which you are asking. So is now the beginning. That intensity may often be very, very uncomfortable. But just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's wrong. In fact, the greater the change you've just chosen, the more uncomfortable it may seem for a while. I'm not saying that anything you might choose in your life is bad thing or wrong thing, including something to diminish the intensity you are becoming. But by all means, do it if it works for you. Really, what I am saying is to please ask yourself, am I doing this to lower my vibration and my intensity? Am I doing this to occupy less space? Or is it going to generate more space for me? Am I doing this to feel more comfortable? Am I doing this to feel like I did before? Will choosing this lead to less fun or more fun in my life? All you need to do is ask a question. All it requires is a question. All it ever requires is a question. Then, of course, you may want to receive the awareness you get from asking the question and even follow. But that might lead to too much fun, really, and that could be bad. What are your real priorities? We all have these priorities in our lives that are how we run our lives. And most of us aren't even aware of what they are. For example, one of the things I have seen with my friend Gary is for him, life is just ease, no matter what. No matter what's going on, no matter what the situation, there's always a sense of ease going on for him. Partially, it's because he has these priorities that are just that are what guides his life. He always knows where to put his energy. He's not spinning his wheel, putting his energy in places that have no value and aren't going to do something to increase the quality of his life, his living of it, or his consciousness. You also have priorities that run your life, my friend. The thing is, you usually have no clue of what they truly are. You may think you do. And my question is, do you actually know what's value to you? What do you actually truly prioritize in your life? Would you be willing to make a list right now? Please read the question twice. Oh, what did you spend most of your time? On what did you spend most of your time, energy, thoughts, and emotions for the last 7 days? Would you like to do it now or later?
Yeah, it's very hard hitting.
Yeah, you can do it at home and then we can Talk about
I was doing it as you were reading it. मैंने फटाफट करना शुरू किया and I found myself at loss of it. So it's very hard hitting.
Yeah. No, it's very easy. Just see, don't go into your head. Just see मैंने क्या किया पिछले हफ्ते में. What did I? Okay, I went to that. That's my priority. Oh, I ate that much. Oh, that's my priority. Oh, I got angry there. That's my priority. Good, bad, right में मत जाना. Just what you did, jot it down. That's all. And whatever you jot down and more of it, what you did is your priority. So we don't even know that is our priority. It's a very interesting thing to do. Those 5 things are your actual priorities, not the visual one you thought you had. Yeah, I know. Interesting choice, right? What if you asked yourself, if I could wave my magic band and have priorities that would contribute to my life and give me the life I'd really like to have, which of the above would I keep? Which would I throw away? And then, what 5 priorities would contribute to generating, creating, and instituting the life and living I would truly like to have? Then write that. Now, please pock and pot everything that does not allow that to show up with ease for you. Making people happy. That could be your priority. Interesting enough, we also have hidden priorities, like maintaining ourselves in this reality, not going beyond our family, never hurting others, people's feelings, expansive things like that. For me, making other people happy was one of my major hidden priorities. I had done it my entire life. I tried and tried and tried to make people happy. It doesn't work very well, by the way, but I tried. I have experienced it right yesterday. And I didn't realize that it was my number 1 priority. My number 1 hidden priority for a very long time. I was just bound and determined to do it all at all cost. I had to create a place in my world where I had number 1 to be aware of everybody else's unhappiness, and number 2, judge it as a wrongness or not something they would choose. And number 3, do everything I could to change it. Everywhere we've done that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online shows, boys, perverts, and beyonds. I never asked a question like, do they really desire to be happy? Is that what they would choose? In my autopilot settings, I was actually solidifying their choice with my judgment. And I was also disempowering them with my superiority. Nice, huh? Is that truly a kindness to me or them? No. Is it bright? No. What hidden priorities do you have that? While unacknowledged, maintain and entrain what you cannot change, choose as living in ease, joy, and exuberant expression and abundance. Will you learn, create, and destroy that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, short, boys, perverts, and beyond. Read that again. With hidden pride, what hidden priorities do you have that while unacknowledged, maintain and entrain what you cannot change and choose as living in ease, joy, and exuberant expression and abundance? Will you uncreate and destroy that, please? Right now, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, honor, short, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Oh, I know you. You stepped straight into the wrongness of you, didn't you? You came to the conclusion that you have chosen the wrong priority. Even the hidden ones are your fault, aren't they? Darn humanoids. Let me give you another possibility, my friend. What if you could be grateful for having chosen every single priority in your life? Any choice you're willing to be grateful for creates ease and possibility of something different showing up. I'm willing to have an experience of screwing something up and talking about it to let people know that I am not necessarily bright, and I am willing to change it and function differently. Acting perfect, acting like you don't ever have any problem or issues, and acting like you don't ever have anything come up. Does that make you feel lighter? Or is it just a lot of heavy work? Is that just another autopilot? What if you didn't have to try to prove you were perfect anymore, and acknowledge that you already are. Everything that doesn't allow that to be your reality, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, backward, on short, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Thank you. What if 6 years old, early in the morning? What if 6 years old were running the world? I'm saying early in the morning as if I have it in the daytime. Everything that brought up, would you willing to destroy and create it all? Nobody, I can't even see anybody laughing because they're all hiding. My friend Angela only went away. How is she going to bring people in? What if 6 years old were running the world? When I see a 6 years old trip while walking along, they don't judge it. They don't think how wrong they were to trip. They just go, oh boy, did I trip? Angela, the right time I looked up to allow you to come in, and I was wondering, since how long you've been missing?
No, just a second. I just went to open the door. और वो ना signal problem होता है. So just 1 second के लिए drop हुआ था.
All right, and that 8 second I saw up. Otherwise, don't look
Yeah.
up. How cool are you and how cool am I? Living a conscious life means living more like a 6 years old. Is choosing for the choice that will make you joyful, not choosing for the choice that make you feel heavy. People seem to have this point of view that living a life of consciousness is really heavy and serious and tough and difficult. No, it's the only place you actually have a life of ease and joy, whatever comes up. I know there are people who would hear this and say, you are just shirking your responsibilities. But I am not advocating that taking care of what needs to be taken care of. I am advocating taking care of it all with a lot of more ease and taking care of you too with ease. Consciousness is pragmatic. It includes everything and judges nothing. It includes paying your rent and calling your friends. You may have things that have been handled. What if you could just handle them all with total ease and be grateful for you being able to handle them? What if you were just grateful for every time you tripped? What if you were grateful for every time you were willing to get up and move again? Get moving again, too. Now, please know that about 52% of the population isn't looking for anything different. They are hard pressed to even change their underwear. They have decided they have the right answer. It's not up to you to change anybody. It's up to them. You can only facilitate change for someone who's willing to actually ask you a question that allows a door to open so you can facilitate some change. Until then, there is no change to be facilitated. Stop trying to change people that truly don't desire change. Stop judging you for not being able to change them. It's just their choice. It's not to not change. It's not your fault. To repeat, it's just their choice. It's not your fault. The greatest gift you can give someone is to empower them to choose, even if their choice isn't working out well for them, because then they will have the gift of their choice for the rest of their lives. That's so beautiful. The greatest gift you can give someone is to empower them to choose, even if their choice isn't working out for them, because then they will have the gift of their choice for the rest of their lives. People are committing to being serious. They believe that they're more real than the space of being a 6 years old like me. Please, people are committed to finding the perfect relationship that's going to save them and make their life perfect. People are so committed to the way things have always been instead of considering a different possibility. People are committed to always having to have a right answer, even when that answer is dead wrong for them. The difficulty is that the people that desire change have in essence decided that the slim majority that don't desire change have the right answer. If you ever gone into competition thinking, if I have got to get my piece of this particular pie, or they are getting it all and I am getting nothing, then you know what I'm talking about. Yet, when you get clear on what's true for you, 99% of the time you don't care about that particular pie, nor what anyone else is getting. You were just aligning and agreeing with the point of views around you. Right now, there's only a very small percentage of people that truly desire massive change. Let's say it's 5% of the population. Don't get me wrong. Out of 6.6 billion people, that's still a lot of people, a lot of people. You choosing to read this book are one of them. Are you willing to know that? Oh, we have 6 minutes. Notes to reader. Consciousness always desires more of life. Express
Today's session is like whatever that we are reading, it is so much कि हम आप इसके बाद भी ये पढ़ेंगे ना तो फिर कुछ और नया चीज probably will.
मैंने कितनी मेरे ख्याल 4-5 बार ये किताब पढ़ी है.
I am reading it for the first time with you. Huh?
Okay. You haven't read it before?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God. And
In fact,
even
when you said so, I ordered it.
awesome. How does it get any better than this? Consciousness always desires me of itself. Expressed another way, consciousness begets consciousness. Given that it was written in 2011, and see, it is still applying today, and I think it's going to apply to the generations, whoever, whenever they are ready. Expressed another way, consciousness begets consciousness. Given the given the chance, consciousness will always create more for itself. Consciousness is the easiest energetic state to maintain according to the laws of this physics. Why? Because there's no polarity to keep in existence. It is the isness that just is. Let's say unconsciousness would be like a fixed point of view. Do you know people with a fixed point of view? Now, to have that fixed point of view, does it take a lot of energy to hold on to it? Take a staunch conservative, a staunch liberal, or a fascist. They have fixed points of view that require huge amount of energy to hold them in place, right? It is that level of energy you have to put into every fixed point of view you have in order to keep it fixed. For each judgment takes 25 judgments to hold it in place. For each of those 25, it takes another 25, and for each of those 25, it takes another 25. It is the ultimate multi-level marketing program for crap. The thing about consciousness is that it is literally the easiest state in which to be, because you don't have to do the multi-marketing level program of crap. So sweet beings reading this, you have a choice. You could use your energy to hold fixed point of view and judgment in place, or you can use that energy to generate your life, your living. It's your choice. All the fixed points of views, projections, expectations, separation, judgments, and rejections that you have of you and about you, will you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pud, online, short, boys, proverbs, and beyond. Wow. So we have tomorrow. So leave the 50 pages piche wale. So we are 324. So that means 275. Right? Kingdom of Being. We can read till Kingdom. We read so much. We still have so much to read. Kingdom of Being we will read from. Okay, tomorrow.
Which chapter? Which chapter is that?
What page is it?
Being chapter 14. Hanji?
What
Chapter
page would
14.
that be?
Page is 271.
271. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
we get 238. That means 240 actually would be. And 32 pages.
Yeah.
Very funny. We read so much today.
We really read a lot and everything was so powerful. And everything was more of a, no coming together. Like,
Really, I enjoyed it. I've been reading it since 7 o'clock in the morning. पहले पहला पढ़ा, फिर इसका भी थोड़ा सा पढ़ा. I'm so loving it. I didn't want to leave it.
Yeah.
and you start believing that you are magic more.
Yeah, that there is so much possibility.
Hmm.
Mm.
When
लगता है ना है लगता है you've changed your glasses
I
like
upload Shimona today's call, I will just send it to him, and I think he should be uploading it anytime. I'll tell him to upload it faster.
Thank you very much, Kamal.
You're
You are
welcome.
looking awesome today. White hairs are also white, dress are also white. Both
Yes.
are white.
My arms are
Yes.
black. My face is black. Matches, no? Black and white.
No, Kamal, you are looking too good here. No, don't tell.
Thank you,
like-
darling. Thank you. You know what awareness I got today from reading this? I felt, Kamal, take your car and leave. Go somewhere. Just keep going. Today I got that so strongly. What are you waiting for?
हो जाए take your laptop with you रास्ते से करिए क्लास
I know. लैपटॉप के लिए मेरे ख्याल साथ में वो कोई डोंगल डोंगल ले जाना पड़ेगा.
you can take dongle yes फोन
नहीं
से
अपने
कनेक्ट
फोन को ही
फोन से
हॉटस्पॉट
कनेक्ट हो रहता है
नहीं, फोन से अच्छी तरह नहीं होता कई दफा कनेक्ट. कोई एक डोंगल ले लेते हैं. मेरे पास एक डोंगल था पहले, वो तो आई थिंक एक गड़बड़ हो गया, एक्सपायर हो गया.
एक जियो के आते हैं ना आजकल. जियो इज आई थिंक द मोस्ट यूजर फ्रेंडली एंड दैट वे बेटर.
क्या?
जियो का डोंगल दैट इज
Jio and Airtel both you can take both
बोथ. हाँ
You, अच्छा, and Airtel. Why should I take both? अच्छा, can take both. Why not? That
Yeah.
was,
मुझे आज वाले से पता है क्या आया. वो जो on what did you spend most of your time, energy, thoughts and emotions in the last 7 days?
yeah.
So that was hitting. That really,
कि आप जब करोगे आपको लगेगा कि oh my God, I have been doing this.
yes.
And
But
I'm
what you said actually lightened it up.
sorry.
No, what you said late, because when I was saying this is very hard hitting, so you said no, stop judging. अभी अभी अपने आप को मत उतना वो छितर मारो, है ना. अभी अपने आप को तसल्ली दे लो कि ओके कोई बात नहीं. So what five priorities would contribute to this, and which one would you like to leave, and which one would you like to keep?
Exactly.
You know, so that ended up probably, you know, making it less hurtful, but more encouraging and more enthusiasm with it. But otherwise, वो जब पहला करा मैंने कहा shit क्या कर क्या रहे हो? I just simply wrote before we actually arrived. I was writing कि मैंने पिछले 7 दिन में क्या क्या किया.
Yeah. And then you realize, when I did this exercise long time back, I realized, oh my God, I'm lying to myself. My priority is to be kind, to be generous, to be this. पर कर क्या रही हूँ मैं? लड़ रही हूँ, खाई जा रही हूँ, whatever. I don't even remember what it was. But all that I'm doing, I am people pleasing. I'm diminishing myself. I'm not having a good sleep. I'm not, you know, all those things. So those are my priorities. What I'm doing is my priority. And what am I lying to myself is my priority. They are not my priorities. Those are lies that I'm telling myself, that I'm generous, I am good, I am kind. Am I? No. And it's not about making you wrong or right, guys.
Yeah.
It's about just recognizing what you've been doing, which we are on autopilot, we keep doing it, and just changing it, choosing to change it.